everybody, Joyce here with the Traveling Gamblers, and I am here with John. Hello, John.
Hello, Joyce.
And John and I are on the Celebrity Equinox, a 6-night Caribbean cruise, and today we are in Cozumel, and we are going on an excursion. Going on a catamaran, which you see behind us, and it is a 5-hour excursion, and it's taking us to a beach club where they will have food and drink and lots of activities for us to do, all included. We'll see you there. We are on our way to the island where there will be unlimited drink and unlimited food, and we will be there for 2 hours and 50 minutes. The catamaran ride there is about 1 hour, and there are about 40 people with us. We made it to our destination on the island, and it is not what we expected. I expected more lounge chairs with umbrellas and some shade area. If you want to sit in the shade, these are your options. These chairs at the tables, which isn't terrible for a period of time. And there are a couple hammocks. They did say that there was hammocks. I'm going to reserve my final opinion until after the end of the day. This is what it looks like. It's very pretty. So there are seats here along the beach. And they have some water activity things. They have a couple water trampolines, looks like, over there. Let's zoom in a little bit. And those are included. And over there is one of the bars. And they have rum drinks and tequila drinks, Coke, Diet Coke, Sprite, and water. But the water is in a jug, like an igloo jug, and I wasn't comfortable with drinking that. They do have bagged ice, so that's safe. And they gave us a couple extra glasses of ice that we asked for because the soda is warm when they pour it over the ice, so the ice melts pretty quickly. It's absolutely beautiful. I just think that the accommodations need to be improved, or the description needs to be a little bit different. There's a swing set in the water and some hammocks in the water. And there's this area over here that we thought when we got here was for us. And there are some cabanas, and there's a chef actually cooking. And it turns out that it is part of an excursion for a carnival ship that happens to be here at the same time as us. If you happen to go on a carnival cruise, Isla de Pasión, this would be the excursion that you get. It's better than the one we're on. And on that note, let's take a walk back to where the food is. There's been a pretty long line. We've been watching for it to see if it goes down. Lots of shade in these areas where they have the tables and chairs. And they have this kids section. Let me show you that. So if you have kids, they've got a nice little play area for the kids. And they have some like carnival type games set up. There's a little trampoline. There's like a Jenga. They have a ring toss. And over there they have a thing where you put the ball in and try to get it in the holes. Let's see if I can zoom in. And they have cornhole, a couple sandboxes, and some picnic tables and chairs. So a cute kids area. It's got a little fence around it. Not going to prevent any kids from walking away, but a little bit of a barrier. And they sell coconut drinks. Island coconut or the passion coconut. Those are $8 and $10. There are some shops, a couple little huts to buy some things, souvenirs, or maybe something you've forgotten. So here's the line. So this must be the food for more than one excursion, because there were only about 30 people on the excursion with us, maybe 40. And this line has been this long for the last hour or more that we've been here. So it definitely is other ships that have an excursion here. And I'm going to see if I can make my way in. Go through over here. Excuse me, can I just get through? Thank you. There's tables and chairs in here. And I'm going to go on this side of the buffet to show you. So it's a served buffet. And they have tortillas, french fries, spaghetti, chicken fajita, and so the one bar was up near the water, and then there's another bar right here connected to where the food is. Right here. If you're enjoying this video, please give it a thumbs up. It lets us know what you like, and it really helps out the channel significantly, and we appreciate it so much. This is the buffet food that we got. It is chicken fajitas and some pico, which is really tomatoes and onions, and some Mexican rice. If you haven't done so already, we would love to have you join us and subscribe to our channel. You just hit subscribe below this video and turn on the notification bell. Our excursion day is about over. We are going to go to the meeting place in a few minutes. So I wanted to give you a synopsis of the day. The catamaran ride here was smoother than I expected. There were enough seats for all the passengers, but you had to go upstairs where it was just completely open to the sun. So I don't know if they oversold it or if that's the plan, because I don't know anybody that would be able to sit up there in the sun for the entire 1 hour ride. The water was definitely smoother than I thought, and it was pretty. And chatting with friends, it definitely went faster than I expected as well. When we arrived, we were led by our tour guide to an area where he filled us in on where to get our food and where to get our drinks and the area that we were to go sit in. And we were, all of us, disappointed in the lack of lounge chairs and beach umbrellas. So we spent the entire time sitting at the table in these upright chairs, which are fine for a short period of time, but definitely not for 3 hours. Beach itself is beautiful, but the accommodations definitely need an upgrade. The food, we waited in line about a half an hour because the line was very slow. They only had one side of the buffet open, so the food was very slow and they would run out of a certain item, so they would have to go in the back and get more that was prepared and bring it out. So that slowed things up a bit. But the food was tasty. It was good. It definitely was good. We had chicken fajitas, fish fajitas, pico, rice. They had fruit. They had papaya and orange slices. They also had spaghetti and French fries. But we didn't have either of those items. The staff working here that was serving the food was very nice and professional. Everything seemed to be clean and good in that aspect. I was a little bit disappointed in the fact that there was no bottled water. Being in Mexico, I would expect that, and so there wasn't, but there was bagged ice, so that was good. And we all just drank soda. As far as the water, I went to go into the water to go swimming, and there was a lot of seaweed, a lot of seaweed. So I decided not to because that would stick to my skin. Overall, I would not recommend this excursion. I think we paid somewhere around $75 a person, and it was not worth it at all. It was an hour to get here, an hour to go back. We waited in line for a half an hour for food. That's 2.5 hours of a 5-hour excursion, and I would not recommend it. Let's see what John, Christina, and Nelson have to say.
As you said, the catamaran ride was pretty smooth. So we got here, we had to walk a little bit to get to the area to meet, and they explained what we were going to have here. And then we went to find a seat to sit down, and the food was okay, actually. They ran out of French fries, and then they brought them out, and they ran out of spaghetti. I didn't even see the spaghetti, but that's all right. We're in Mexico, we don't need spaghetti. The Mexican food was okay, though. The drinks, we had Diet Coke and Coke, and I'd rather have water in a bottle, but they didn't have that. All in all, as Joyce said, I wouldn't do this again. It was not worth it.
The catamaran ride was good. We went down the coast and you got to see a lot. And as rough as it looked, the catamaran was pretty calm. The boat was full, had a full tour, and then there was another one behind it to come here. And the beach is very pretty, but it's very rough here on the water coming in, and we had a lot of seaweed, so it's not the most pleasant swimming area for beaches. And the water was very, very hot.
The water's actually hot.
And that's kind of unusual.
Yes.
But the food was adequate. It was good. It wasn't fantastic. And the accommodations here, they need some more beach chairs and umbrellas.
Some loungers.
The people that were here, taking care of us and all, were very friendly and taking care of us the best they can. But I'd say for celebrity, it's not their best tour.
I don't think I can add much more to this conversation. Everybody's pretty much said all that needs to be said, unless we didn't talk about the raccoons.
We did not.
Okay, so there's a nice family of raccoons, 3, 4, 5, coming up to people, harassing them, begging for food. They were
Seemingly friendly,
Yes.
but
they were
friendly,
not afraid
but
of
they're
anyone.
They're not afraid of
It
people.
is broad daylight, and the raccoons are out begging for food. and eating out of the trash cans. So they need to try to do something with the raccoon population. It's just not sanitary. It could be very bad if somebody does get bit. That part was just gross. Just save your money. Do something else.
Yeah, I agree. As some of you know, John and I did a private catamaran excursion in the beginning of June. And I was curious to see how this one was going to differ. That one was $200 per person. And we thought it was very well worth it. And it couldn't have been more opposite of this. So if you are interested in doing a catamaran excursion, that was done through a private group. Now there is the comfort in knowing that this is through celebrity and that we are safe with getting back on board, but what you get for the money I don't think was worth it at all. I would have rather stayed on the ship. So there you have it. That's our day in Cozumel and our excursion on a catamaran. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate your support. And as always, we hope you have a wonderful day.